Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is January 18th, 2023, and apologies. Had some technical issues earlier. Mic was off, and now it's back on, so I'm restarting the stream. And yeah, sometimes this happens, so whatever. Let's just roll with it. All right. I was saying that every correction ends in impulse. Okay, be it a flat correction, a zigzag correction, or a complex flat correction. It doesn't matter. You're always going to get an impulse to complete the correction, and that's exactly what we got here. A, B, C. Okay. You can say it's an ABC, you can say it's a WXY, it doesn't really matter. Because just practically speaking, you have a three-wave move, okay? And this is the completion of said move, okay? So what you want to do, I think what I'm doing and what I think is the most risk-averse and most likely move to happen, just reading the charts and following the trend, is indeed to just trade the trend. This is the trend. This is the counter trend. The trend's going to be strong. The counter trend's going to be weak. Okay, that's just a regular principle. If we're trending, okay, when we're going sideways, there is no trend. There is no counter trend. There are little moves here and there, but just generally speaking, there are no trends and there are no counter trends. We've said on this channel for quite some time that the bull market has been established. So that is the trend. The trend is up. The counter trend is down. You don't want to overreact to any counter trend. I know, just watching some other crypto YouTubers this morning, many people have and will overreact to any counter trend because they can't recognize what the trend is and what the counter trend is, where they don't really think that way. So they're taking every trade, okay? They're taking the trend trade, maybe successfully or unsuccessfully. They're trying to take the counter trend trade. Just not financial information, but for educational purposes. You always want to think in terms of good risk management, what makes sense, and this makes sense. Like, had you taken this trade, you'd be up by a bunch. Just let this counter trend play out. You don't have to be greedy and get every single last thing, and nor do you have to try to trade this individually and try to, jump into a short here. No, you just ride the wave. If this indeed is a bull run, and as we've been saying on this channel, that's a weekly type of trend, right? It's a weekly move, then just leave it, because over time you're going much, much, much higher. Okay, so that's my take on the market and what we've done in the past 4 days. I believe this is 4 days of price action. From the 13th, we're the 18th. 4 to 5 days of price action. Yeah, we've gone sideways and up. Going up a little bit is just by virtue of the fact that we've been bullish. So we put in what I said yesterday, this running flat correction up and to the right, sideways flat correction, right? Typically your flat corrections look something like this, where your A wave and your B wave are like this, and your C wave makes a lower low, right, in your bull market flat corrections. But when it's really bullish, you put something like this in, which is a running flat, and that, actually I didn't draw that properly, like that running flat where A wave, B wave, let's just say it's a regular run-of-the-mill common flat correction, not a complex. It doesn't matter, WXY or ABC. The principle remains that this C wave doesn't make a lower low than this A wave. That is very, very bullish, okay? So that's what we're looking at here. That's kind of what we expected. And once we hit that and we complete that C wave, then what you should expect is a continuation of this trend. So that's what I believe that we're seeing in Bitcoin right now, a continuation of this trend. We're going to, on the small time frames, let's just jump down in the 15-minute time frame here. On the really small time frame, what you're going to see over here is 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot, okay? You're going to put in that reversal pattern. We all know, like, from my work on this channel, is you can't just up and change directions, right? If even on a small time frame you've been trending down, what you're going to have to do is put in a small reversal pattern to then change the trend and resume the larger uptrend, okay? So here what it looks like we did is put in an A wave, put in an A wave, put in a B wave, that's a zigzag, probably going to put in another 5-wave move here. Maybe we put in a flat correction like this, or maybe we put in another zigzag. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. But what we're eventually going to see is 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot to resume that trend, okay? And actually, we may be able to time it looking at what the DXY is doing, okay? So let's look at the DXY really quickly. And as you can see, yesterday our premise was that the DXY was going to give us that breakout in Bitcoin, okay? It was going to initiate the move by losing this level, okay? So we did indeed lose this level. We're now trying to regain it, but it's not really regaining it because, again, if you think in terms of trend and counter trend, this is quite clearly the trend and has been the trend since September of 2022, okay? And so this is a counter trend. This is a corrective trend. Likewise, this is a trend. This is a counter trend. So if we look at this as that, a trend and a counter trend, zooming into the smaller time frames, this looks like, I don't know if it is, okay, but it looks like some sort of 5-wave move down, okay, and this looks like some sort of zigzag 3-wave move up, okay. So this is likely corrective, okay? It's likely a zigzag. Why? Because if you take the time of this move down here or up here, okay, it's taken 10 hours to come down, yet you've only elapsed, or you've only taken about half the time to go up, and you're up at the 0.618, okay? If you look, you can see, yeah, you're at that phi ratio. So I don't exactly know what this is. If this is a zigzag, if this is a 5-wave move, a 3-wave move, or this is a veritable wave 1, wave 2 of this drawdown. I'm not exactly sure, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that on the higher time frame, we're likely getting a continuation of this drawdown, okay? But if you want to, like I said, try and time when Bitcoin is going to start running, maybe you, if you do assert that this is an actual impulse, then you would essentially have to wait 5 more hours for this to consolidate at these levels before dumping down and resuming this trend. So I would say by that sort of analysis, I would expect a move at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe 7:30 by the reopening of the DXY. Something like that, okay? That's a possibility. But again, we're not going to trade off of that. That's just, having fun, speculating on a small time frame. The high time frame read, the high time frame speculation is what we're really going to put money on, and the fact that that's essentially that. This is the end of that sideways consolidation move, and you're going to continue up and out. And actually, on a higher time frame, if you're really paying attention, this is what you trade, this is what you pay attention to, this is what counts. If you can see on the 4-hourly time frame, it's quite clear. Your momentum indicator is telling you with a double bottom, and you can see parabolic price action and intra-wave correction. You're likely to get a continuation of that, quite simply. Okay, you just have to wait, right? A lot of people, they're impatient, they don't like to wait, they want to trade everything under the sun. I know, I've been there. A lot of times it's smart just to zoom out, get in a trade, get in a highly probable trade, and ignore the counters, ignore the counter trends until your high time frame target is met. Okay, and we know our high time frame target on the weekly time frame is what it is. Okay, now let's go back to Akanksha's question, because she asked something in the previous stream that I had to restart because of the technical difficulties. And she asked, when is Bitcoin going to hit 30K? And then my answer to that was, I don't know. Okay, I don't know, and I'm going to tell you why I don't know. And it's actually part of my trading strategy not to know such things, because I believe any good trading strategy includes a decent amount of things that you don't know, an acceptance of the unknown, okay? Because it's really challenging to know everything. Maybe it's possible. Maybe someone out there knows exactly, the what and the when, in addition to the how and the whys, but I don't. I'm more confident in what and when, more or less, right? A little less when, but more what, okay? So trying to answer the question why and how, and by definition, you'll find that it's common, as ridiculous as it sounds, many people in crypto, many people in just, market speculators, in traditional markets as well, they'll speculate as to why, right? They'll say, oh, the Department of Justice gave an announcement this morning, and that's why that flat correction ended, or something like that. Even though, the DXY did something, and that announcement was crypto specific, they'll just say ridiculous things like that, right? And that's fine, but I think a clever trader doesn't concern themselves so much with the why. They just look at the what on the charts, okay? Because the why is how do you ever prove that, right? And what does that do? Does that help you at all in your trading strategy? Probably not. So I don't really pay attention to it. Now, Akansha is asking how, meaning when will we get to 30K? Again, if my trading plan is that this is a bottom and this is going to be a resumption of this trend, right? This is going to be minor wave 3 going. That is my trading plan. It's not important how it gets there. It can get there a number of ways. It can put in a regular, right, 5 impulse. It could put in an extended wave 1 impulse, a regular wave 3, and then a regular wave 5 impulse. It could put in a short wave 1, extended wave 3, regular wave 5. It could put in a short wave 1, regular wave 3, extended wave 5. So many ways to do it. It really doesn't matter to me. Do you see what I mean? Like, it could take whatever path it wants to take, and that's kind of beyond the scope of my analysis, because at the end of the day, I just am expecting it to reach my targets. That's it. So I honestly don't know when we'll hit 30K. I think, if I had to speculate, okay, I think 30K, we hit 30K within the next few days, because I actually believe that this move right here, actually let's go back to our other chart. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. So I actually think that this move right here, this breakout of this, and a lot of people think that this is overheated and this is finished and this is going back down. Okay, whatever. But I think that this move takes us, the breakout of this move takes us to this region. Okay, and actually breaks this region and then comes back down here. I think that we break 30K on this move. Okay, I actually target 40K on this move. Okay, and I think we run through, because typically what you see in trending markets is that you run through targets and you reestablish support or resistance at where you thought it should hit. How do I say that otherwise? If we're in a bull market, and really in a bull market, and you know, it looks like we are, this looks very parabolic, impulsive, then what's going to happen for the next few months is you're going to see we don't just meet targets, but we break them by further establishing higher highs and breaking important resistances to the upside, really emphasizing, let's go on the weekly, emphasizing the trend. Does that make sense? So like, it's not enough to go, if we were bearish and this were corrective, then we meet an important resistance and we bounce off of it. That's bearish actually, right? What you want to do, technically speaking, if you're going to be bullish and overcome significant resistances, is you're going to break them, turn them into support, and continue. Break, turn it into support, and continue. So that's why I expect 40K as the target in this next move. Another reason why I expect 40K is because and I explained this before on the channel, if you look at this area right here, there is nothing, right? When you're looking at significant, I know a lot of crypto YouTubers do their analysis exclusively on the hourly time frame, 15-minute time frame, 27-minute time frame, some weird small time frames. And that's fine, and it works when you're in when you're in consolidative markets, when you're in sideways accumulative markets. That's fine. You can go on the small time frames and speculate. But it doesn't at all work when you're dealing with big moves that you can perceive that makes sense on a high time frame, a weekly time frame. Okay, so all the resistances that people are telling you, it's unlikely that we break, that was staunch resistance at that time, blah, blah, blah. That's of no consequence. You have to go on the higher time frame to see what makes sense. So coming on the weekly time frame, just look at the chart. What makes sense? What stands out to you when you look at this as an important level of support and resistance? And I have, this blue band exactly where that is. This was clearly resistance here, support here, and resistance here. Do you see we broke, retested as resistance, broke back down. Okay, so this level is the next target for me. Okay, and that's around 32 to 35K. But again, what I believe is likely to happen in the next few days is that we break it, and rest on it. Okay, and then continue. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing. That's why I'm seeing it. So yeah, answer your question, Akanksha, within the next few days. Let's see. Young Dasa says, "What's up, Dean? How are you? When do you think the altcoins will start pumping massively? Also, can you check out Zcash? What's up, man?" Yeah, I mean, some altcoins have already started. Nothing started pumping massively, but some have already started for sure. Okay, so let's actually take that cue and segue into our altcoins. And let's make sure to look at Zcash after. So I'm looking at Cardano. Same thing. It's very clear what we did. You know, this was some sort of flat correction, right? That you put in. And you bounced. Expect to continue this trend, okay? Same thing with Algorand. Nice flat correction. Commonplace. Retested this break, okay? Because you broke resistance. Retested it as support. Expect to continue this. Okay. Bonk, one of the meme coin that I got in on. This put in 2 degrees of AB basing in a pivot. First degree, second degree. This is the pivot. I expect this to go crazy. Like crazy. It's so low market cap. I expect 100%, 200, 300% days with Bonk. I'm excited. This is fun. You know, this is me having fun. Like, this is when crypto's fun. You invest in a also, if you look at the white paper, it's not a complete waste of space. There actually is a lot of good thought, and it seems like an honest shitcoin. I welcome you guys to do your research. Just go on CoinMarketCap and check out the white paper. It's not long at all. It's just 5-6 pages, but it's just really straightforward. The distribution of the token, the purpose of its existence, all that stuff. It's on the Solana blockchain. I'm very happy with this investment. I put in a little bit. I think waiting a little bit, this is going to be one that goes crazy. And when? Any moment now. Because, like I said, here I see 2 degrees of AB basing. 1, 2, and a pivot. This is your pivot. I think it takes off from here. And, like I said, I won't be surprised if Bonk went up 300% a day. Bonk went up 400% a day. Like, just like that. Not financial advice. I'm just having fun with that one. This is a really nice running flat with dent. You can see this. 1, 2, 3. That is really, really bullish. That's a really good example of a running flat. Okay, and this is the end of it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Consolidation reversal. 2 degrees of AB basing in a pivot. It goes. So, answering your question, Young Dasa, any moment now. Any moment now. Dodo. This is our run-of-the-mill flat correction. Like this. Okay. And, yeah, continuation here. Dogecoin. Same with Dogecoin. Here, this was your flat correction. I think this is your retest of this break because you just broke important resistance here. You can probably see that on a higher time frame. Yeah, you see that? So all these assets broke these important inverse head and shoulders. You broke it, you retested it. So it's really, really nice. I mean, this is, you know, using all of your pattern analysis, using your Elliott wave theory. This is a really good time to get involved. Not financial advice. Ethereum, much like Bitcoin, is continuing this parabolic trend. And something I want to point out is, look at this. The retracement is what we would call short. So early in my career, I would say, oh, no. I'm not touching this until we come back here. I would have put orders down here and waited for this to be filled. Not understanding that sometimes the retracement is short. because it's probably retraced another level, a horizontal level somewhere left or something like that. Do you see what I mean? Like, you don't always retrace perfectly, especially in a trending market. So in trending markets, do expect from time to time for the retracement to be short, or for what you thought was an important resistance, diagonal resistance or horizontal resistance, not to be. The market decides. So the market pretty much said, I drew this line saying, ooh, this is very nice trend. It's significant because I have, what's the rule? More than two lines, or more than 2 touch points. I have 3 touch points. Market's like, I don't care. That's not important to me. What's important to me is this level right here. I retested it and I'm going to continue. Okay, so it's not always that you're always going to retest all of the trends that you put down on a chart, as you guys may well know. Okay, Litecoin, same deal. Right here, what do you see? You have this massive move, okay, that you broke, you came back, tested, and you started your trend. And what happened? You came back to test this right here. I drew that a little short, but it's more like right here. Okay, so this level, the top of this support right there. This looks good for continuation. Just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum, you have your trend, you have your counter trend, or your intra-wave correction. Expect to continue now. Okay, you're gonna take a little bit of time to put in that consolidation reversal and then continue your trend. That's it. And this is going to be a big move up. Why do we know that? Because this is clearly a massive resistance that was broken. Massive resistance. Okay, so you're home free. You're pretty much, you got a lot of space. Kind of like what we saw in the Bitcoin chart. There was not much anything between where we are now, 20K and 35 to 40K. Same with Litecoin, as you can see. RSR. You just came back and retested this important pattern. Okay, and actually this lies all the way here. So this was support over here. You broke down, you regained it, now you retested it. Now you continue. Okay, it's very nice. If you're in trades, the best thing you can do is nothing. If you're in long trades specifically, the best thing you can do is nothing, right? You've guarded against drawdowns. If you survived this retest, the best thing you can do is nothing, not financial advice. Just ride it. Just wait and ride it. Here, I would say that this also in SHIB is not that important because the market said it wasn't. You went up impulsively, parabolically, came up, retested it. Okay, that's really nice retest actually. So this has proven to be, so this actually, if you pay attention, this is a corrective break and a corrective retest. So this is a pivot. This is a pivot. So you know how we talk about AB basing and the last bit of the AB basing is a pivot? This is that last bit. And the actual breakout comes after that. Synthetics, very, very nice textbook flat correction. Like that. And please, I've kept the momentum indicator so you guys can see. The 4-hour momentum indicator is completely bottomed out. Double bottom, triple bottom sometimes. This is great for continuation to the upside. Absolutely great. Similarly, on Tron, I'm going to delete that trend line because this is, the market says, this is all that I care about. This level right here. I've retested it and I'm going to continue. That's it. You know, sometimes you put the lines down, the trend lines down, making assumptions, and that's perfectly okay. But the market just tells you what is important. And then you learn from that. And you adjust accordingly. Okay? XRP, similarly to Tron, you have this kind of double bottom Adam and Eve pattern. But here, it looks like this trend line sloped a bit. So you broke, retested, now you continue. And if you look at XRP, it looks like it's going to continue any second now. Right? Do you see that? Look at that. Look at the strength of this move right here. Of the momentum build on XRP right here. Look at that. Look at that. You've seen a lot of 4-hourly momentum sort of bottoms. This is the most bullish. It's coiling up. Okay, that is really bullish. XRP is probably going to be one of the first to pop. And again, because we anticipate on a high time frame a move that goes for 3 to 4 months to really high levels, we're not going to be shocked if we put in a series of 50 to 100% gains on a daily basis for a week or a few days. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what we should expect in a bull market. And we have that expectations, we have that perspective because we went on the high time frames to do analysis. And that's a likely result. Waited all this time, not for a 15-20% move, right? We waited all these hundreds of days for this very price action. Nice running flat in Zilliqa to continue up. Completely bottomed out on the 4-hourly momentum indicator. V-chain, nice flat correction, will continue. And if you look, what did you do? Cup and handle, breakout, retest, continue. Right? Keep it simple. Theta, cup and handle. Maybe it's not a cup and handle. Yeah, sure. Maybe a cup and handle. Breakout, retest, continue. The trend, the neckline's not always 100% straight. Sometimes it's slanted. Telcoin. This one actually followed its trend line. Broke. Retested. So retested twice with a double bottom. And now it just retested that neckline that I just drew right here for continuation. Okay, guys, the move is long. If you're short, then you like risk, and even if you win the trade, it's still a bad trade in my estimation because you're trading against a really strong trend. You're literally trading against 630 days of buying pressure if you're short, right? And that can go off at any time and you will get annihilated. Okay, we're gonna actually have a look. Let's see, do we have time? Yeah, we have a little time. We're gonna have a look at the long versus shorts and what's going on in open interest and liquidations and such. Here, Matic, cup and handle, breakout, retest. That's all that happened. You're retesting. Nothing goes in a straight line. Intra-wave corrections are for retesting. So the idea, any trend, be it bullish or bearish, is a break and a retest. Break and a retest. That's all it is. If it's a bullish trend, you're breaking resistance and retesting it as support. Here you are breaking resistance, okay? You broke resistance, you retested it as support. We should expect such things. Yeah? That's all that is. And that's, keeping it stupid simple, really understanding the fundamentals of trading. This is something I'm not in yet, DYDX, but something I'm planning to get in on because I have to close all of my USD leverage positions because Phoenix is phasing them out. So what I'm going to do is once a certain position gets in profit, I'm going to take profit and then get into this. Where am I going to hide my where am I going to hide my stops? Behind the 0618. Do you see even here? You went up impulsively, you came down and you retested, you came down, retested, and you put in a counter wave, most likely a wave 2, between the 382 and the 618, right? And you respected the 0618. And also, if you took the time, let's see, it took about 14 days, 14 and a half days, or 14 days, 16 hours to go up, and it took about 4 days and 12 hours to come down. So you know that this is, when you're looking at DXY, this can't be pure impulse. This is a corrective move, okay? This is a zigzag because there's no parity in terms of time. So you went up and you came down, and now you're going to prepare to go up impulsively. But again, the almost surefire, there's no such thing, but high probability way to take this trade is you get in and you hide your stops, again, below the 0618 of this move. Even if price hangs out here and comes down or does whatever, it should respect that 0618. Okay, so that's the idea. That's what I'm going to personally do later today probably, or later tonight, early tomorrow, whenever I get into this trade. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now let's look at what was it? Zcash, and then let's look at Reef. Okay, let's look at Reef for Kangsha and Zcash for Yamdasa. Zcash. So Zcash, almost perfect, guys. Look what we did. Here's when your trend lines work. Let's go on the daily. Look at that. So we put in this trend line, and actually we're not surprised it worked, just because this trend line was so strong. And what makes a trend line strong is how many hits you have with it, how long it's a trend line for. And this has been a trend line for hundreds of days, okay? So basically what happened was that we finally broke this trend line of 230 days, broke to the upside, came back, retested it, just like, the textbooks say. So we broke, retested. That's literally the perfect entry. When you look at trading breakouts in textbooks, they tell you wait for the breakout, wait for the retest of the breakout, then you get in. That is literally the perfect entry. So if you wanted to take a really good entry on a trade, this would be it. Yeah, you're buying the bottom, you're buying the breakout. It should go up from here. And again, you can see here you have some corrective waves going on, right? This was the retest right here with this 3-wave move, but now you have some going up, going down. We all know what that is. That's part of your A/B basing before you actually break out. So very nice Zcash move. So yeah, you can look and see this chart, Young Dasa, and say the chart is telling you that this move is imminent. The breakout, the actual breakout, is imminent. Reef. Okay, so Reef, like a lot of other assets, you regained a level, you retested it, and now you're going back up. That's it. That level that you regained was, about this level, right? You pumped up, you came back to retest, now you continue, right? This is quite literally the day of perfect entries if you're a breakout trader. Not financial advice. Do your own research, all that stuff. All right. That's pretty much it for me, guys. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was useful. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, let's have a quick look before we leave at the liquidations. The liquidations and the long for shorts. So yeah, a lot of volatility. So you're going to see that both longs and shorts got liquidated. See, a lot of people went long without really knowing where to hide their stops and liquidation points. That's common. That's common. Yeah, lots of shorts liquidated as well. People want to be greedy and try and trade every single last move. In terms of longs versus short, okay, let's go on a higher time frame. Okay, so you're seeing that the 16th, 2 days ago, we had been going down progressively in terms of longs versus shorts, meaning more shorts were entering the market. But now, longs started ticking back up. Okay? Longs started just ticking back up yesterday. And look at that. This is 5 minutes. We don't care about that. So on the higher time frame, you can see there's slightly more longs than shorts on the market. Okay, and that's good job, everybody. I think then more people than not know how to read a chart. So great. So yeah, guys, that's it for me. This move, this breakout, this explosion that we should expect in the cryptocurrency market is imminent. It's imminent. A few hours, more likely than not. More likely than not, a few hours away. So that's it. Enjoy, and I will see you tomorrow.